dude.
Is there less?
Wait, we need less light in here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Turn that off.
This isn't. Is it recording?
Yeah.
Let me turn it
But
off.
I can cut whatever out.
Oh, well just cut. Yeah, cut it in when it matters.
Maybe we should attack you guys from off screen.
Different direction.
Or should you guys attack us? Maybe we're like chilling because
This
we
is
are
about to get real. Dude, I'm surrounded by 2 Sith. This is about to get real.
And then we'll try to stay relatively in view of this, I guess.
Yeah. Hold on, Harris. How are we doing?
All right. Gabe, I think I need some help here, man.
Well, I thought Anthony said they were gonna come in off camera or something.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it kind of.
Harris got kind of.
I guess we kind of randomly started.
I'm getting amped up, man. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm getting amped.
All right. This is what'll happen. Like you guys attack us. Like we'll try to light these up right before you attack us. Somehow.
So we'll come off camera and get you.
Yeah, we're having like a meeting right here. Meeting of the minds, taking over.
A meeting of the minds taking over.
The grand plan.
All right, we're recording. We're recording
And
already.
Sheldon and Wallowitz over here want to take over the world.
Maybe like come on this like right here.
Sheldon.
I gotta tell you something, we're gonna really take over.
Yeah.
We're gonna take over all this.
Listen, the Italian's coming down. He sounds like a mafia dude. Sounds like Fredo, man. He's the Godfather.
Sounded a lot more like Brando. Actually.
You gonna earn from me or what, kid?
They ain't ever. Ever.
Very careful.
My blade power off.
One.
First thing you should do is spread your hand out as much as you can.
Wait a minute, what is this? It's Royal Rumble!
Oh, you alright? Yeah. Too much fun there, Harris. Is that alright?
I got 2 Sith!
Nah, I'm not gonna do that. Then I do that. I'm not gonna do that. Harris has his game face on. That's a nice fishy way to do it.
Nice.
Oh, snap the force!
He just leveled up.
Oh, somebody lost a tip.
That was Dave.
Oh,
I think that was oh here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bye.
this thing.
I knew there was one blade I didn't glue on that.
Take
shit.
5.
Take 5.
That's a workout, man.
Battle intermission.
Woo.
That is, dude, I'm out of breath.
Ah.
That's why he's got German.
That was fun. This is flat.
Okay.
I'm gonna piss.
This is the best way out of it.
Got some a secure lens?
I thought he lost his tip because it's flat.
Oh, and you
So
have
when I
the,
saw that tip fly, I'm like, it's you, dude, because I don't see
He's
it.
like, no, it ain't me.
Like, came down, I don't know what I do. You want me to show you the basics of how?
Yeah, because I don't know how to do it.
Like,
Yeah, could you show us on camera right here? Oh, I want to do it too.
well, the very basics, from the original trilogy, everything was based around Kenjutsu, and that's usage of a katana. Your right hand would always go at the end here. Ideally, I don't know if you can try this. All right, so foregrip is your right hand. For me, I always try to get as much space as I could between both my hands. So maybe it depends on the hilt.
Yeah.
Hold that for a second. So for like a Qui-Gon or something like this, for me this would feel good like that. That's just me. Yeah, or actually that. Like as much space as you can. Because at first I used a Boken, which has a smaller grip, and then somebody gave me a Shinai to play around with, which had a much longer grip, and that extra space between my hands.
You're like pulling back. You're like pulling it down. Or something.
Yeah, it gave me massive amount of leverage and speed. So whenever I can, I try to get as much space between my hands. Mine is kind of set, so it has to be like this. Yours, actually both of yours could be a bit more forgiving. So yeah, so you space your hands out like that, and when you swing it, you don't just bring it around both hands at the same time. You bring it around with your arms, but at the same time, you push forward with your left hand and you pull back. Push forward with your right, pull back with your left. So it's. And when you really need to swing quickly, you don't really have to use your arms as much. You just go.
Yeah.
Because when I practice with the Dragon Jedi, that's when they really go fast. It's all just.
Yeah.
And like when I practice at home, a lot of times it's just. That's what I'll work into.
Just quick movements.
Yeah.
Quick short
Yeah,
movements.
it depends on what you do. Like when I first learned how to swing like that, I learned it from a book, and he was like, "All right, take your wooden sword and you get yourself an old tire and you just go like this." And like for the larger strikes, it was like you had your one leg back, like your shoulder and your hip pivoted backwards, and you're going to strike from there, and you would step through, like you would pivot, yeah, you would pivot that shoulder and that hip
So
into
it's
it.
like a side stance?
Yeah.
Sort of like baseball bat normal.
Yeah, like they call it the rear shoulder guard. There's
Yeah.
like a version of that in just about any sort of you'll find.
So,
But yeah, it's like I favor my right shoulder, so my right shoulder hip is back. I step forward, and as I step forward, I pull forward with my right hand, pull
you're
backwards with my left.
You're not striking down, you're like kind of swinging.
Yeah, well, yeah, space
Yeah,
constraints too. I'm afraid of hitting everything, but
Yeah.
yeah. So so if you really want to step through someone, you go.
Yeah.
Or if you're my age, like in the beginning, the Highlander intro, right at the end is whoosh,
Yeah.
and that's how it finishes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's how I learned. It's like it's really a complicated motion, but yeah, so you got your right, you skewed so your right shoulder and hip is backwards,
Yeah.
left is forward, and you swing that forward, but as you do that, you bring the sword around using your arms and your wrists, and you push forward with your right hand, pull backwards with your left. And I did that for God knows how long, until I got it down. But it's not very quick either. It's like
Yeah.
these big, huge, intimidating motions, which deliver a lot of power, but aren't very quick.
Yeah.
It's probably made for finishing people more than anything.
Or I just kill a Sith! the force is with me. That's hilarious. Mind you, these are the ones Anthony and I are using are his world famous string blades, and we're dueling with them nice. And these are awesome. Super bright too.
See, Sis don't do that 2-on-1 stuff, so I'm not gonna. That only Jedi do that cheesy
Where's my fellow Jedi? Left me up at the side.
I'm fucking ready for a heart ventilator. Shit. I'm tired, man.
All right,
That's
guys.
a workout.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a fun episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. That was awesome.
One other thing for fighting though, it always helps, regardless of what style you're using, is keep the point in the person's face.
Really?
Yeah, like German longsword, almost all their stances, it's like you have the point out like that. Yeah, and you have the plow, the ox plow. You have that on either side.
Graphics, the MB3 is just, I don't know, it's not what the Crystal Focus is.
What do you mean, sound-wise?
Sound card,
Oh yeah,
night and day.
yeah.
How about brightness? The same power, though, right?
I mean, this is a blue. I think it's actually one LED.
NB3 has 2 fonts, right?
2 fonts, yeah.
What do you lose as far as you don't have the stab and all that?
Yeah, this is one LED, one blue. What's that?
You don't have like the stab and all that on an NB, or you do?
No.
And that's mostly the fit in certain.
Uh-oh, here comes some bad guys.
Hey.
Here comes
I
some
call
sick.
it luck. In my experience, what's in there?
What's up?